Formula One, just the name makes you think of speed, glamour, and excitement like no other. It's a world where the boundaries of what's possible are constantly being pushed, where every second counts, and where the roar of the engines is music to the ears of millions of fans. It's where amazing technology meets the bravest athletes in the world. These drivers are not just racers, they are gladiators in carbon fiber chariots, battling it out at speeds that defy belief. From the twisty streets of Monaco, where precision is key and one wrong move can end a race, to the superfast tracks of Monza and Suzuka, where speed and bravery are tested to their limits, Formula One races get your heart pumping like nothing else. The thrill of overtaking, the tension of pit stops, and the sheer skill on display make it a spectacle like no other. This isn't just about driving fast, it's about mastering the art of control, pushing the limits of both man and machine. It's about doing things no one thought possible for both drivers and cars. The innovation in aerodynamics, the precision in engineering, and the relentless pursuit of perfection are what make this sport so fascinating. Every race weekend is like a perfectly planned dance of amazing engineering, super quick decisions, and pure willpower. Teams work tirelessly behind the scenes, strategizing and fine-tuning every detail to gain even the slightest advantage. The loud engines, the smell of burning rubber, the electric feeling of the crowd, it all makes for an experience you'll never forget. The atmosphere at a Formula One race is electric, with fans from all over the world coming together to witness the pinnacle of motorsport. Whether you've watched 100 races or this is your first time, the magic of Formula One is real. It's a sport that captures the imagination and leaves you wanting more. For over 70 years, this sport has excited millions of people worldwide. From its humble beginnings to the high-tech spectacle it is today, Formula One has always been about pushing the limits. Today, we're going to look back at some of its biggest moments, the triumphs, the heartbreaks, and the unforgettable races that have defined this incredible sport. Get ready, because we're taking a trip through the history of Formula One. From the legends of the past to the stars of today, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Formula One started way back in the early 1900s when car racing was just beginning. It was a time of innovation and excitement as engineers and drivers pushed the limits of what was possible with the technology of the day. The thrill of speed and the roar of engines captivated audiences, setting the stage for what would become one of the most popular and enduring sports in the world. The very first Grand Prix was in 1906, a super-long 770-mile race across France. This grueling event tested not only the speed but also the endurance of both the cars and their drivers. The race was a spectacle, drawing crowds and attention from all over, and it laid the groundwork for the future of competitive racing. Over the next few decades, Grand Prix racing changed a lot. The cars evolved, becoming faster and more reliable, and the races themselves became more organized and professional. This period saw the birth of many traditions and innovations that are still a part of Formula One today. New technology came along, cars got faster, and drivers became famous. Innovations in engineering and design led to significant improvements in performance and safety. Legendary drivers emerged, capturing the imagination of fans and setting records that would stand for years. But it wasn't until 1950 that the Formula One World Championship, the one we know today, really began. This marked the start of a new era in racing, with a formalized championship that brought together the best drivers and teams from around the world to compete for the ultimate prize. That year, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone started a new era. The race was a landmark event, drawing huge crowds and setting the standard for future competitions. It was a moment of transformation as the sport began to take on the shape and structure that we recognize today. Giuseppe Farina, driving for Alfa Romeo, won the race and became the first ever Formula One world champion. His victory was a historic moment, not just for him, but for the sport as a whole. It signaled the beginning of a new chapter in racing history, one that would see many more champions crowned in the years to come. Early Formula One was all about European car makers, like Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, and Maserati. These manufacturers were at the forefront of automotive technology, and their cars were the epitome of speed and style. The competition between these brands drove innovation and excitement, making each race a thrilling spectacle. These were the days of daring drivers like Juan Manuel Fangio and Alberto Ascari, men who raced with incredible bravery. Their skill and fearlessness on the track earned them legendary status, and their exploits became the stuff of racing lore. They pushed the boundaries of what was possible, inspiring future generations of drivers. The sport got more and more popular in the 1960s and 1970s with new tracks and even faster cars. This era saw the expansion of Formula One into new markets and the introduction of new technologies that made the cars quicker and more competitive. The excitement and drama of the races captivated audiences around the world. This was when names like Jim Clark, Jackie Stewart and Niki Lauda became Formula One legends. Their achievements on the track set new standards for excellence and inspired countless fans. They were not just drivers, they were icons, whose influence extended far beyond the world of racing. Formula One has always been a place to test new technology. It's a sport where innovation meets speed, and every second counts. Over the years, the cars have changed completely, from the simple cars of the 1950s to the sleek, superfast cars of today. The evolution is not just in speed, but in design, safety and technology. The 1960s saw cars with engines in the back, a big change that changed the sport forever. This shift allowed for better weight distribution and improved handling, setting new standards in car design. This era also gave us aerodynamic wings, which people didn't like at first, but they quickly became really important. These wings provided downforce, allowing cars to stick to the track better and take corners at higher speeds. The 1980s and 1990s were the days of turbocharged engines, making cars more powerful than ever before. These engines brought a new level of excitement and danger to the sport, as drivers had to master the increased power and speed. Teams like McLaren and Williams were the best, with drivers like Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna pushing each other to be the fastest. Their fierce rivalry and incredible skill captivated fans and pushed the boundaries of what was possible on the track. Today, Formula One cars are like something from the future, with powerful engines and smart energy systems. These hybrid engines combine traditional power with electric energy, making them more efficient and environmentally friendly. These cars go over 200 miles per hour, sticking to the track like glue so they can take turns at crazy angles. The precision and engineering that go into making these cars is nothing short of extraordinary. But the innovation doesn't stop there. Engineers are constantly working behind the scenes, using wind tunnels and computer simulations to find even the smallest improvements. Formula One teams are always trying new things, finding new materials and creating technology that will change racing forever. The relentless pursuit of perfection drives the sport forward, ensuring that each season brings new advancements and thrilling moments. Today's Formula One drivers are all super talented, each with their own style. From experienced racers to young drivers who want to be the best, the competition is tougher than ever. Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion, is a legend. He's super fast, a smart racer, and never gives up. Max Verstappen, the current world champion, is another amazing driver. He's known for his aggressive racing and never-give-up attitude, but it's not just about these two. Drivers like Charles Leclerc, George Russell and Lando Norris are the future of Formula One, and they all want to win. And let's not forget the teams. Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren. These famous names are the best in racing. Behind every great driver are hundreds of people working hard to make the cars faster. There's nothing like being at a Formula One race. It's an experience you'll never forget. When the cars line up, you can feel the excitement. The crowd goes wild as the lights go out and 20 cars take off, a mix of noise and speed. The smell of burning rubber and fuel fills the air as the cars take turns at unbelievable speeds. You can feel the ground shake as they go past. The cheering crowds, the loud engines, the screeching tires, it's all part of the show. But it's not just a show, it's about seeing people do amazing things. It's about seeing drivers push themselves and their cars to the limit to win. You can't talk about Formula One without talking about Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, these two amazing drivers excited the world with their races and their fights. Senna from Brazil seemed to have a special connection with his car. Prost from France was called the Professor because he was so smart. They were very different, but on the track they were equally amazing. Their rivalry was at its best in 1989 and 1990, when both championships were decided by crashes between them. Their battles were so exciting that everyone was watching, and they changed Formula One forever. Even now, people still talk about Senna and Prost. It was a battle of legends that helped make Formula One what it is today. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Michael Schumacher became a Formula One legend. The German driver, known for always wanting to be the best, changed the sport forever. Schumacher joined Ferrari in 1996, and he quickly turned them into winners. With Ross Brawn and Rory Byrne, Schumacher built an amazing team that dominated Formula One for years. From 2000 to 2004, Schumacher won 5 championships in a row, breaking lots of records. He was so good that he often lapped everyone else. Schumacher wasn't just about winning. He changed how drivers trained and prepared, inspiring everyone with his hard work. He is still a hero for Ferrari fans everywhere. Lewis Hamilton is one of the biggest names in Formula One. He started racing in 2007 and has become one of the best drivers ever. Hamilton's story is inspiring. He came from a working-class family and worked hard to achieve his racing dream. He was a talented driver from a young age and quickly became successful in karting and other races. His first Formula One season with McLaren in 2007 was amazing. He almost won the championship, and the next year he won his first title, becoming the youngest champion at the time. After racing for McLaren, Hamilton joined Mercedes in 2013. It was a great move. Mercedes was the best team, and Hamilton won 6 more championships, tying Michael Schumacher's record. Hamilton is more than just a great driver. He's a leader for diversity in racing and inspires people all over the world. Formula One is always changing. New technology, new rules, and new challenges mean Formula One is always getting better. The new rules in 2022 started a new era for the sport. The cars are designed for closer racing, making it more exciting. Formula One also cares about the environment. They want to be carbon neutral by 2030, with plans to use sustainable fuels. They're also looking at new materials and recycling to be more eco-friendly. The future of Formula One is exciting, with new ideas, a focus on the environment, and even more thrilling races for fans. As technology gets better and new challenges come up, one thing stays the same: the love of speed, the excitement of racing, and the amazing history of Formula One.